Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Morning, Hayley. How are you? Right, let me just move this. Oh, let me put the chat back up. There we go. I've got everything else up. Yes. Right, continuing on with the Wolfies. The Wolfies. Yes, some wolves. Yeah. I really like. I'm sort of. I think I'm going to be a little bit pedantic here, right? Because I keep calling this a pack of wolves. But when I actually look at their faces in great detail, I'm not convinced this top one is. I'm almost like, is this just like a dog that's got a bit of wolf in it? Because I just feel like they have much longer snouts. Because with this one at the bottom, look how long that snout is. Right, wolves generally have longer snouts, and this one has got quite of a sort of dog length snout. It's got the colouring. This has definitely got the colouring, as has this one, but I don't know. Are they wolves or just dogs that look very closely like wolves? I don't know, but we're going to go with it. I'm going to keep saying that they're wolves. Morning, Jamie. How are you? Right, let me bring my picture back into focus. Right, okay. Right, I'm just sort of trying to decide where the next bit goes. I need a bit more dark here. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, I need to put in my cold grey first of all. Thank you for asking. I do appreciate that. Right, I think if I actually bring this down to here, let's get this bit in.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
I played a little bit of Valo yesterday with Nick, and I don't know what was going on with my computer. I really don't, because I played one game with him in the afternoon and then I had to go and do something and everything was fine. And then in the evening, it was about 7:30 in the evening, James was upstairs streaming and he says, oh, do you want to go back on Valo? And I was like, well, okay then, yeah, right. I feel like shooting people, okay. So we went on, and my ping, you know, when you get onto when you join a party, and so you've got all the people you can see in the party, and above the card is like a little green marker usually that normally says that your ping is fine. And that was bright red. It was, so I clicked on it and it said like my ping was like 250. And I was like, well, I can't play with a ping like that. So I said, okay, so just give me a minute, Nick. I said, you go do a spike rush. I'm going to log out completely and then I'm going to log back in and see if that helps or makes it better. So I did that, and the ping marker went from red to amber and said that my ping was like 115. And I thought, can I play with 115? So I came out again, went back in again, and it had gone back to red. And I was like, what's going on? So I googled what could possibly be causing this, and basically it said, you know, go through all your usual stuff, switch everything off, check your router, your Wi-Fi connection, blah 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 blah, all that, basically switch everything off and switch everything back on again, nonsense. So so I did that and it had no change whatsoever, and so I thought, sod it, you know, I really want to play this game. I really want to shoot people. And so I said to Nick, I said, right, it's amber at the moment. I've got a ping of about 115. I said, so I said, let's just play and we'll see how we go. So I invited Nick to my party, and Nick's ping was fine. He was on like 20. And as soon as I invited Nick into the party and he joined, my ping went green to say it was okay. So I was like, this is very, very odd. But I thought, oh, I'm going to be okay. Morning, Artsman. And as soon as we started playing the game, oh my god, the most horrendous lag I've ever experienced in my life. It was nothing like those laggy streams we had the other day. This was like full on freezing. The screen would just freeze for about 15 seconds. And then when I came back to the game and it sort of unlagged and it came back to the game, I'd either be lying on the floor dead or be stranded in the middle of the nowhere facing a wall. And I'd be like, right, okay. So I said to Nick, I can't play like this. I said, I'm going to come off. So I came out of the game. This is all more adventures with technology with Nicolette. So I came off, switched everything off, and as I was leaving my room, noticed the plug that was plugged into the wall that connects all my tech was just slightly out of the socket by like 2 millimeters. Like someone had trod on the wire slightly and maybe pulled the plug away from the plug socket, and I thought that's not going to make any difference surely. But I thought, well, I'll just check it. So I sort of knocked it back into the plug socket fully, checked all my connections again, checked my internet, and logged back in just to see. And suddenly my ping was green, everything was fine, and it was the plug just being out of the socket ever so slightly seemed to have caused those issues, which I don't get, because that's nothing to do with the internet. It is a source of electricity. That is all it is. It shouldn't have any bearing whatsoever. So after that, yeah, we had a few decent games. Which was good because I needed to play, I needed to shoot things. So that was very good. Right, yeah, I think I'm going to take it down to this bit and then slowly shade in all these bits. I played a bit more of The Room, my puzzle game. Really enjoying that. And it's been such a long time since I actually played The Room on my iPad that I couldn't actually remember the solutions to any of the puzzles, so that was quite good. So it's almost like everything is still new. Looks at his plug. Well, exactly. Yeah. You never quite know. You never quite know. I saw some very sad news this morning when I got up. The guy who played Captain Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine passed away. Apparently he'd had some sort of illness. But he was only, I think they said he was only 61. I mean, that's no age at all, is it? I really like Captain Holt. I really would like to see like his blooper reels, because you know, like in the show, I'm sure most people have seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but in the show, Captain Holt is famous for never smiling, never showing any joy, or keeping this really sort of straight, sort of I'm not happy, I'm not sad, I'm not angry sort of face, just doesn't react and everything. And I'm just thinking, how many times did he crack? Because it's a funny show, right? And they all must have had a lot of fun doing the filming. And I just think his blooper reels must be so good when he breaks character. Must be really, really good. Morning, Natalie. Morning, Faisal. How are you all doing? Right. Right, which bit? If I just do it in sections, then it won't be so scary, right? Put in those really dark markers first. hate it when I break the pencil nib on the... Can I lift that? Note to self, don't press down on paper so hard. I'm angry at myself. I forgot to soak chickpeas for tonight's dinner. Oh, Natalie, don't soak chickpeas. Just buy tinned chickpeas. Just buy tinned chickpeas that are already soaked. It's so much cheaper, but only get the ones that are in water, not salted water, because the salted water isn't very good. Don't be mad, I have not seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Haley! Oh my gosh. It's so good. I think it's on one of the channels at the moment. Is it on Netflix or is it Amazon Prime? I can't remember. It's on one of them. You can watch it. How dare I say tinned? I have tinned chickpeas all the time. All the time. I don't think I could be doing with buying them dry and then just sort of like soaking them for hours and hours. I just could not do that. It's no. Haley, unfortunately we can't be friends. Oh dear. Brooklyn Nine-Nine it's like Scrubs, right? Isn't it? It's that sort of irreverent. It's so stupid. It's ridiculous. It can't be that funny. It's all the characters are so distinct and stereotypical, and it is. I mean, they've got some good stories. They've got some good crimes in there as well. So it's really good. But the Backstreet Boys cold opener is a clip that you have to see. It's one of the best cold openers that they have in the show. That's why I said nothing, Haley. Oh dear. Someone's dinging me. Let me just see what that was. As Nick's just taken Jack in, I better just make sure everything's okay. Right, okay, hang on, just bear with guys while I just type in a message. They... So Nick's just texted me and he's put, in Primark, is there anything you want? What should I put? What do I want? I want it this way, I've seen. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that is a brilliant cold opener. It's really good. So who is everybody's favourite character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I mean, I have to say, Captain Holt was up there. Just type in yes. And I was trying to think, what do I want? Do I want anything? See, he's just put, reiterated, is there anything you need? 30 kilograms of tomatoes. Yeah, I don't think they really sell that in Primark. Or as we call it, Primark A. Primark A. You're trying to make your clothes sound like they come from somewhere fabulous. You say, oh, they're from Primark A. Or I remember meeting a friend of mine once when we were out doing the school run, and we were waiting in the school grounds, waiting for the kids to come out, and she'd gotten this most amazing coat, and I was like, oh my god, I said, your coat is fabulous, where did you get it? And she was like, oh, do you like it? She says, it's designer. I went, really? And she went, yeah, it's Asada. I said, Asada? I've never heard of Asada. And she went, Asda, you idiot. So now we call Primark A. Anything I need. I don't know. Could always do with more socks, right? Socks. Because Becca's always nicking mine, or I'm always nicking hers. So, I'll just stick to socks, because if I ask him to get anything else, I'm relying on his choice of clothing, and his choice of clothing is sort of like not what I would pick. I'm not saying that Nick does not have a good sense of taste. Sometimes he does, but let's all remember he bought me the plague top. You know, when I was doing the Dalmatian and you all said, oh look, she's dressed like a Dalmatian, and I was wearing my jumper that I call the plague jumper. He bought me that. And besides, what would I do with 30 kilograms of tomatoes, Faisal? That was a great jumper, so I have to disagree with you. Oh, thanks. Actually, do you know what? It is one of my warmest jumpers, because it's almost like a 2-layer thing to it. I just want to see his reaction to it. What, 30 kilograms of tomatoes? Oh, yesterday I finished Mango's top that I've made her. For those that weren't here yesterday, I started crocheting a jumper for Mango, which was cute because I found a free pattern on Ravelry. So I've just got it's not completely and utterly done because there was a lot of colour changes, so I've got a lot of loose ends to sort of sew in, and I really hate that part. So I always, when I have to do that, I always find an audiobook or a podcast that I can just sit and listen to, so I'm focused on that rather than the boring job of sewing in a gazillion weaving in ends. Yeah, exactly. It's so boring. I mean, I should do it as I go, and when I actually started on the first colour change, I can remember saying to myself, oh, you should do this as you go, and then you won't have it at the end. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that, and of course you get distracted and you go and do something else, or you start thinking of something else. And because weaving in ends is not the sort of thing that you want to do anyway, you don't even make yourself remember it. And so now there must be let me think. 6, 7. There must be about, it's got to be about 30 ends to weave in, and it's just, I don't want to do it. But I did put it on her yesterday before, you know, just to make sure it was the right length and everything, because the pattern that I got was one that a lady had written for her Dachshund, and Dachshunds are slightly longer than Yorkie Terriers, and so I didn't do the full pattern because it just would have hung off Mango's back end and dragged along the floor. So so I shortened it slightly and took out some of the pattern that there would have been if she'd have been a Dachshund. So I adapted it. Personalised it, as they say. And yes, we shall go from there. But when it is all done, I will put Mango in it again, and I will take a picture and show you. It's nothing dazzling. It wasn't like it's not a Christmas design or anything like that, or done in Christmas colours. I just used it as a bit of a stash buster to use up some odds and ends that I'd got. Yes, Mango's a Yorkie, little Yorkie Terrier. What did you think, Mango? We do have a golden retriever. We have one of those as well. So Rosie is the golden retriever that leaves her golden glitter everywhere. And Mango is the Yorkie Terrier, who is Becca's dog. And actually it was Mango's birthday, her 12th birthday the other day. It was her 12th birthday at the weekend. I see. Right, so this bit here is quite dark, isn't it? So let's just darken this a bit more with this grey before I go in with the black. There's also a little bit of brown in there as well, so I might just put some of that in as well. Right, which brown? It's kind of a little bit of a reddy brown, so if I use this burnt sienna, just a little bit. I roll over and die every time my friends talk about their pets, doesn't matter what it is. Oh, I want a pet so badly. Chickens don't count, of course. Well, of course. So what sort of pet do you want then, Natalie? If you could, if restrictions didn't matter on the size of property, back garden, whatever restrictions there may be, what would be your dream pet? A dog. What breed? Or a mutt? So many to choose from. So many to choose from. I mean, I have always wanted an Alaskan Malamute, which looks like these above. And I probably would want the one that I'm drawing at the moment, so the black and white, the grey and white Alaskan Malamute. I just think they look absolutely divine, but they are such hard work. A Dachshund or a sheepdog. Oh, okay, so narrow it down even more. Like an Australian Shepherd, like a blue merle colour, or do you mean like a Border Collie? Because growing up we had Border Collies, and our very first Border Collie was called Tasha, and named after Tasha Yar from Star Trek, because my mum couldn't come up with any names, and so I was watching Star Trek Next Generation at the time, and I was like, what about Tasha? And she was like, oh, I really like that, not realising that she was naming her dog after a Star Trek character, and I kept that secret for a couple of years. But when we had Tasha, she was so funny, because at the time I had a little nephew that he was about 18 months old, and we would have him every Saturday. So my mum would drive to collect him from his house and then bring him back to ours, and he would stay with us every Saturday to sort of give his mum a break. And Tasha would round him up like sheep every time he sort of tried to go anywhere. You know how sheepdogs do that really wide circle when they come around sheep to sort of herd them? She would do that, so she would come around the sofas and the chairs and sort of like stand in front of him with like a head down and her tail wagging, sort of like, no, you're not going any further, you've got to go back in there where the toys are. And she would round him up all the time. She was really funny. A rough-coated collie, oh, like a lassie dog. They're amazing. Or a blue merle, yeah. You see, Mango's favourite dog, this is really silly. Mango's favourite dog, when you take her for a walk, if we run into a Sheltie, and a Sheltie is a miniature version of a lassie dog, Mango, that is her Henry Cavill. She will flirt. When Mango flirts, it is a sight to behold. Every time. There's a lady who has a Sheltie near us, and she used to own a bookstore, and I can remember stopping talking to her once because I was always in there because it was a bookstore, so natch. And Mango, oh my god, flirting level 10, level 100, whatever you want to call it. She was trying to tempt this dog that wanted nothing to do with her, but she would sort of jump around in front of it with her bum stuck in the air and her tail wagging, and she'd sort of go this way, then that way, and oh, come on, play with me, and she'd sort of, her tail would be furiously wagging like this little helicopter, just sort of be going round and round and round. She would just get so excited. Never reacts to any other dog, but every time we meet a Sheltie, that's her crush. That's her crush. It's, oh my god, I have never seen anything like it in my life. Well, I used to have to apologise to the other person. I'm just saying, I'm really sorry, but my dog really likes Shelties. Her second favourite are cockapoo-sized dogs that are a champagne or light tan colour. She gets the hots for. So yes. Mind you, a rough-coated collie, that takes a lot of grooming, right? I mean, that's a thick coat. That's a lot of grooming. I'd love to see someone do a study on that type of thing. It would be interesting. I'd say a Belgian Malinois, but they're a handful. Oh my god, but they are intelligent, amazing dogs. Have you seen, there's a guy on YouTube, I think his name's Johnny Delaney, and he does lots of dog-related videos of how, if people were dogs, sort of thing. And whenever he does an impression of a Belgian Malinois, then that one just cracks me up. You like those big fluffy white dogs. So do you mean like the Samoyeds? Samoyeds? They're fluffy, big fluffy white clouds. I think they take an awful lot of grooming and... Yeah, this is Samoyed. I used to meet a guy who walked 6 huskies, and oh my god, it was like meeting up with Caesar Milan. This guy would just have this big pack of dogs around him, and I can remember saying to him, how much exercise do they take? And he says, well, we do 2 walks every day. He says they get a 3-hour walk in the morning and a 3-hour walk in the evening. 6 hours of walking every day. I mean, what sort of job do you have that allows you to do 3 hours of walking in the morning and 3 hours walking in the afternoon? He must work from home or something. Because how would a normal person fit that into their day? Your dad's girlfriend had a Samoyed. Yeah, I just remember saying, I was like, what? Really? He says, well, they probably, not everyone will manage that amount of time, but they do need, because they're a working breed, and they normally, in their origin, would be doing a lot of exercise, that they require a lot of exercise, and so he would give them 6-hour walks every day. Yeah. There's loads of dogs that I like. It's very hard for me to find a dog that I don't like. I like all dogs, really. I like the gentle nature of red setters. They're really nice. I like Saluki X dogs. Golden Retrievers, obviously. But Rosie is definitely going to be our last big dog. So, oh, a Great Pyrenees. Oh, yes. Okay, so they're like a giant golden retriever, but white. Yeah, the Great Pyrenees is, they're beautiful dogs. Beautiful, huge, but beautiful. Your sister had one great dog. Oh, your sister had one great dog. Okay. I think Great Danes are kind of cool, but I think if I had a Great Dane, I'd have to call it Scooby because, you know, Scooby-Doo, obviously. Just trying to think. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So Rosie will be our last big dog because, well, I'm the one that takes the dog for a walk. So I'm the one that's doing everything, basically. So, and Rosie can pull. Rosie can pull so hard because there's a bit that when we leave the house, there's a little road that is what I call a tree cave road. So there's trees either side of it all the way down and the canopies reach over. So you get like this tree tunnel. And every time we go down there, because we literally have to go down there if you want to go anywhere, there are squirrels. And Rosie wants to chase the squirrels and she wants to kill the squirrels. And, well, I don't know if she wants to kill them. I don't know if she knows what to do with them if she ever actually caught them. But they run away and they run away fast, and so she wants to chase them. And every time she sees one, she about yanks my arm out of its socket. And I'm just like, you know what? She's 4 at the moment. So our last 2 big dogs that we've had, because we've always had Labradors and Retrievers, have made it to 10 years of age. So I'm assuming I've got another 6 years with her, which brings me to 57. Right. Technically, I could get another big dog if I wanted to, but I don't want to because I don't want that havoc. So I have said that after Rosie, I'm only going to get Yorkshire Terriers after this, which is a big surprise for me because before I met Mango, I didn't think I liked little dogs at all. I used to call them rugrats, ankle biters. I used to think, well, I've never had a small dog in my life, and that's what my parents used to call little dogs. So that's what I used to call little dogs. And then, of course, we had Mango, and she is just such a character, and I love her and adore her so much. So I will be getting little dogs after we've had Rosie. And also, the good thing about Yorkshire Terriers is that they don't have fur, they have hair, and they do not shed. They do not shed fur. Whereas Rosie leaves golden fur everywhere. Everywhere. And sometimes, like, you're standing in a shop, and say you're standing at a till waiting to be served, and there's a queue of people. And you know, you get bored and you sort of look around and you look to see what other people have got on the conveyor belt, or you look to see what they've got in their trolleys. And then you just happen to casually glance down at yourself, and you are covered in fur. And I hate that. I hate that. I think it looks disgusting. It looks like you don't clean yourself properly. And it's like, I'm a clean person. Why am I covered in fur? I mean, even now I'm like picking bits off me It's just little bits of golden fur everywhere. And yeah, I don't want to be doing with all of that as I get into my golden years. So yeah, little dog, little Yorkie Terrier. That's what I'm going to be having. That's the thought process anyway. Plus, I won't allow Rosie to get up on the bed, on our bed. I know she gets up on Becca's, but I will not allow the dogs in our room because I don't want to get golden fur all over my bed. I'm sorry, but I just don't. It's everywhere else. I'm not allowing it in my room. And Nick really wants to let Rosie get on the bed because he likes to cuddle the dogs on his bed, and I'm like, nope, it's not allowed, no. And he's like, well, if we get Yorkies that don't shed fur, does that mean if we have Yorkies when we're older that we'll be able to have the dog on the bed? So I was like, yeah, okay. So I think Nick's kind of looking forward to me relenting on my rule when that sad day happens, that at some point we will. What did I get dinged for this time? Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. And I think as we also lose the cats, I will not be replacing the cats, apart from we will always keep one tortoiseshell because that's Nick's cat and he loves torties. So we'll always have one tortie and a tortie and a Yorkie. That's going to be our thing. But as Becca and I were talking the other day, and we're like really worried that we're going to have a cascade of pet deaths all at the same time, because we've got Magic, who's our eldest black cat. She's 18, right? So she's doddery and she's 18, so she's reached a good age, right? And then obviously we have Mango, who's just reached 12, and we've never had a dog go past 10, but apparently smaller dogs last longer, so we're hoping she lasts quite a bit longer. And then we've got Misty, our tortie, who is 11, and then we've got her two sons, Badger and Cookie, who are both 10. And it's just like, we're just worried that because we have all these animals that are quite close in age together, that we're going to have this cascade of very upsetting sort of pet deaths all at the same time, and we're really hoping that that doesn't happen, obviously. I mean, it's going to happen, but we're just hoping that it's spaced out enough for us to be able to deal with it. Did anyone else get, anyone in the UK yesterday get that horrendous hailstorm yesterday? We had, oh my gosh. Yesterday, sort of midday, afternoon, the heavens opened, my goodness. And the size of the hailstones that were coming down were, they were like little Maltesers. You got really heavy rain. Oh, it was horrendous down here. I was amazed that the glass in our greenhouse didn't shatter because it came down so hard. So hard. You could really hear it hitting the pavement and the fence outside and all the windows and the car, the noise it was making as it was hitting everything. It was just literally one of those moments where you just literally just stood at the window and it was just like, oh my god, there's gonna be some damage. There's going to be. Just turn this around a bit.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful. Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. Liftoff of mission 41D for the first flight of the orbiter Discovery, and the shuttle has cleared the tower.
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
Nice to be in orbit. Beautiful, beautiful.
Right. Starting to get there. Starting to get there. Needs to go a little bit darker, I think, but it might just be because I've got this light above it that's making it look different on the screen. But there we go. There we go. So our wolf dog, wolf/dog, has got a full head and a bit of its neck. So yeah, so really good. So I'm happy with this so far. Happy with it so far. Needs to do a bit more shading around here, a bit more detailing. I think the slice tool is going to be used quite heavily in this picture, just to sort of try and really get that fur definition the way that I want it to be. But yeah, it's not doing too badly at the moment, so I'm quite happy at the moment. So thanks for joining me today, guys. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your day. If you've got work, I hope that you have a lovely shift. If not, I will see you all here tomorrow morning. What day is it today? It's Wednesday, isn't it? So yeah, so I'll see you back here tomorrow and we will carry on with our wolf. And yeah, have a lovely day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.